First Local News Weekly Report with Colette Linden.
Good evening, I'm Colette Linden with your look at the news from this week. Sault Ste. Marie Police Services met with the media Tuesday outside of a gold-bricked two-story building at the corner of Brock and Wellington Street East. It will be home this fall to Division 2, also known as SSMPS's Downtown Division. Division 2 will grow incrementally, topping out at 4 platoons of 16 officers when completed in 3 years' time. Division 2 headquarters offers 8,000 square feet of space with enough room for the division to expand operations. 5 to 10 officers will typically be working out of Division 2 at any given time. In the initial stage, traffic services, bicycle patrol, and officers working dynamic patrol will work out of the building located at 180 Brock. SSMPS will close its jump office in operation at Station Mall since 2019 next month.
Well, being here 6 years and watching, the increase in certain types of offenses in the downtown core, listening to the community, listening to our downtown association, listening to our counselors, the need was very clear that we needed to establish a more permanent presence in the downtown core, which means our building, our units, our people, our patrols. And it is important to me to show this community that we are listening, and we want to make sure that our presence and our relationships with people in the downtown association and vendors is as best it can be in terms of we know what they need, they know what our limitations are, and together we create a greater atmosphere of public safety and security in the downtown core.
The $120 million modernization of Algoma Steel Inc.'s plate mill means the company has taken a great product and made it even better, says ASI Chief Executive Officer Michael Garcia. ASI held a ribbon-cutting ceremony to mark the opening of the mill Tuesday afternoon. A company release says the plate mill modernization project promises to boost annual shipped plate capacity from 450,000 tons to 650,000 tons. The project incorporates state-of-the-art technologies such as advanced automation systems, surface descaling, hot leveling, and a new cooling bed.
Plate mill is primarily driven by our desire to improve product quality and the volume of plate that we can make. So we've done fantastic work putting in new descalers in the plate mill, upgraded drives in the 4-high, a new plate leveler, new surface inspection system, and an inline shear so that we can now roll and cut over 50,000 tons of plate per month. As far as the green element, plate uses a little bit less power per ton compared to rolling strip. So we've got efficient drives, efficient transformers. As far as future potential environmental improvements on the plate mill, we are studying the possibility of reducing the amount of energy we use to reheat slabs by upgrading our reheat furnaces or augmenting them with induction heating. That hasn't been approved yet, but it's something we're actively studying.
One of the city's largest office buildings is getting a makeover. The Roberta Barndor Place, home to the Ontario Lottery and Gaming headquarters, will undergo a $4 million exterior renovation. The building, now almost 35 years old, will get new insulated glass units, spandrel panels, as well as exterior precast cladding repairs and facade ceiling replacement. It's the first major exterior change to the building since opening in 1991, and the office space boosts about 265,000 square feet. Holy Trinity Church on Northern Avenue held their last service on Sunday. The iconic A-frame church, built in 1959, will be demolished soon to make way for a 9-story apartment complex. Cara Community Corporation announced several years ago about their plans to expand their housing footprint on the property. Originally with a 7-story building, 2 additional floors have since been added to the plans. The design of the building has also changed somewhat with additional ground floor space for retail and offices. With the design now reflecting the recently built Royal Canadian Tower on Great Northern Road, Saldan Developments, who built 9-story Royal Canadian Tower, will also be the contractor on this project, expecting to cost upwards of $35 million. There is no completion date set, but work on the site is expected soon. If you frequent Bellevue Park, you're going to have to use the west parking lot on Shore Drive or the Pine Street Marina to access the park. The City of Sault Ste. Marie is closing Lower Lake Street and the main entrance to the park for 3 months due to Lake Street construction. The city says the reconstruction of Lake Street is expected to be completed just in time for Halloween. A man has been arrested for making threatening posts on social media directed at Sault police officers and staff at the Sault courthouse. Police say on June the 11th, 2024, 46-year-old Jeffrey McDonald was arrested following posting the threats on a social media platform June the 6th. The accused is charged with uttering threats ×2, and the accused was held in custody pending a bail hearing. Sault Ste. Marie police are still looking for a suspect in the May 12th double shooting on Women's Street. Shots were fired in the early morning hours of May the 12th, injuring 2 people. Both were taken to hospital. One of the victims was 18 years of age with life-threatening injuries. The other victim was a 54-year-old. It is believed they are father and son. Sault police did not say what the status of the 2 victims are, but Lincoln Laudit, communications for the Sault Police Service, tells First Local News the investigation is still active. The Sault Ste. Marie Chamber of Commerce has announced their replacement for outgoing President Rory Ring. Former Board of Directors for the Sault Chamber, Don Mitchell, was named as interim president. Rory Ring exits the job at the end of this month to take the role of president of the Chatham-Kent Chamber. Don Mitchell will join me in a few minutes to talk about the future of the Sault Chamber of Commerce and the challenges Sault businesses are facing coming up later in the program. We have more news coming up, but first, let's take a look at the weather we can expect over the next week.
The First Local Weekly Report is made possible with the support of these community-minded sponsors. The Medicine Shop, offering professional and confidential pharmacy services. The Medicine Shop, 59 Great Northern Road. Canadian Tire, made for life in Canada, 200 McNabb Street, Sault Ste. Marie. Arch, the Algoma Residential Community Hospice, 229 4th Line West. Get your tickets for the monthly 50-50 raffle. When you help hospice, everyone wins.
The Sault Ste. Marie YMCA says they are happy to see an encouraging rebound in memberships following the recent news that doors to the community hub will remain open. This support underscores the vital role of the YMCA plays in fostering health, wellness, and community engagement here in Sault Ste. Marie. After announcing its closure earlier this year, a groundswell of community support highlighted the importance of the local YMCA. Thanks to support from an anonymous charitable foundation and the City of Sault Ste. Marie, the local Family Y received the green light to continue operations. Since then, the YMCA has been a steady return in membership numbers, but says there is a need for memberships to return to the level they were at prior to the closure announcement for the center to remain viable long term. The YMCA has seen a rebound of almost 1,500 members return to the center since announcing on May the 8th that it would remain open. And you may want to stock up on your favorite wines and spirits. The LCBO staff members are poised to strike legally on July 5th, as per their union's announcement. The union that covers around 10,000 LCBO staff members has asked for a no-board report from the Ontario Ministry of Labour on last Tuesday's, kicking off a 17-day countdown to a strike. Just a day prior, the LCBO sought the involvement of a neutral third party to facilitate a settlement between the liquor store and the Ontario Public Service Employees Union at the earliest opportunity. This follows a vote by 97% of LCBO staff members who overwhelmingly support the decision to go on strike. In reaction to the strike vote, the LCBO has announced plans to maintain customer service during the possible strike. The Crown Corporation has previously expressed its desire to negotiate a deal before any strike action occurs and has set several dates for bargaining sessions to continue discussions. You may have heard a lot of thunder last Saturday morning, but it wasn't coming from the clouds, it was coming from our roads. More than 150 motorcycles hit the highway last Saturday morning in the annual Algoma Ride for Autism. Area bikers registered and gathered at Highland Ford Saturday morning before heading north to Blue River and Bellevue Valley. They returned to the city about 90 minutes later to the Esquire Club for snacks and refreshments. The Algoma Ride for Autism has raised more than $100,000 over the years for the Algoma Autism Foundation. Some engines hummed as they passed, some engines flat out roared, and some spoke in an unmistakable throaty voice that grabbed you and took you for a ride in a Wayback Machine. It was a car lover's dream that unfolded in Sault Ste. Marie's riverfront and downtown core Friday night. The 2024 edition of the Queen Street Cruise rolled out in earnest just after 6:20 p.m., departing from Foster Drive lots and progressing regally down St. Mary's River Drive. First Local talked to a couple of gents who clearly recall the fun of gathering with friends to cruise the Sault's main drags, Queen Street, and one of the event's treasurer, Gary Trembinski Jr.
So many more cars, and we have so many vehicles coming from out of town at this point now to come to Sault Ste. Marie to enjoy this show. We had Sudbury, Timmins, North Bay, Sault, Michigan, Toronto. It's unbelievable to see the support that we're getting for this show.
Today's nothing like what we did in the 70s. It was phenomenal. Every group, like I was a Dodge guy and there was Chevy guys, and we all had our spot on Queen Street. Some were at the Gardens parking lot, some were further down, some were down by Muriel's. It was phenomenal. These kids today can't even think of what we did in those days.
We get in our cars, whatever cars we had, with a couple of friends, and we cruised down Queen and go up B Street, which was 4 lanes back then, and we do that for a while, and then park at where GFL Memorial Gardens is, and just hang out and talk, be with friends, and that was our entertainment back then.
Standing by, we have Don Mitchell, interim president for the Chamber of Commerce. What does Don have planned for the Chamber, and will this turn into a permanent position? We will find out right after this break.
Welcome back, guys. This is Annie. Annie is about 7 months old. She is very, very high energy. She loves to play. She doesn't stay still very long. She will be caught or seen climbing on you or covering people's shoulders around here in the cafe, jumping around all the perches. She loves to play with all the toys. I haven't seen a toy yet that can stand up to her. She is fully fixed. She is ready to go. She's looking for a good home with lots of space, possibly children or a puppy, to keep her company and help burn off some of that energy. She does love people as well. She is very content to be pet and loved, but she would rather be playing and burning off all those calories.
And if someone is interested, what do they do?
So as always, you can come here to the cafe or contact TAG directly. And we have forms here or on the TAG webpage that you can use to fill out. After that, there is a process involving a home check to make sure that our cats are all found to good homes. We want to make sure there's nothing dangerous to yourself or the cats when they're there. It is not overly thorough, but we do need to make sure that the cats are going to be safe. Upon that time, they will let me know that the cat is ready to go. Currently, the fees for the cats are $125. Which is way ahead of getting a cat fixed for yourself. And they'll let me know that you've been approved, and we'll be happy to get the cat set up for you.
Welcome back. As we mentioned earlier, the Sault Ste. Marie Chamber of Commerce announced recently of Don Mitchell accepting the position of interim president following the departure of Rory Ring. Don, welcome to the program. Now, I've got quite the list of resume lists right here in front of me, so I'm going to have to put my glasses on to talk about this. So, over the years, you have successfully ran the commercial department of Algoma Insurance.
Yes.
You were a board member of the Chamber of Commerce, as well as past president twice,
Yes.
which you are now currently the president. And you were campaign chair for the election of John Roswell. You also ran for councillor in the last municipal election. So you've been quite busy.
They keep me tied up a little bit.
This is quite a bullet list. Yeah. Well, welcome to the show, Don. And first of all, tell me a little bit about your post as interim.
Interim
Yes.
CEO
of
the Chamber of Commerce.
And this is no new post to you, so tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
actually it is. Usually the president does the oversight along with the board of directors. Mm-hmm. The CEO is the individual who is running the day-to-day operations. So that is a bit of a transition for me, but having that knowledge and making it into an interim, I emphasize.
Yes,
okay,
emphasize that
for the next two or three,
before the cameras were rolling.
Well, they have to have time to go and find the exact
Absolutely.
right person. Yeah. Okay, but you want that chamber. It's been so successful. We want to make sure it stays on track.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have exceptionally good 2 or 3 staff that have been there for a number of years. Excellent. Okay. So just needs some oversight. That's all.
Okay. And what kind of oversight? What are you looking for the next person to come in and fill this role?
Well, again, that's going to be a board decision. Okay. That is not my decision. My job is to make sure that the day-to-day functions and the staff that are there now carry on their roles properly. Okay. Meet the public. Hopefully attract new membership. Hopefully arrange. One of the things I'd like to see done is coming back to under John Roosevelt's time. We had the college, the university, the city, the CDC, NOHFC, FedNor, all sitting on a committee together, so that when any one entity decided to do something, we got the handprints of everybody on it. Okay. In the last 8-9 years, that really kind of fell apart. So I'd love to see that come back. For sure. Be united as a community, because it's time to grow again. Mm-hmm. Our population's increased.
Yes, it has.
Okay, now it's time for the business to step up, do its job. 90% of all economic growth comes from within a community. It isn't that you're out there getting a big corporation to move here. No. The growth is from within. Everybody in Sault Ste. Marie, we've got 3,000 employers out there. Yeah. If everybody every 5 years would hire just one person, that's an annual growth of 500 new employees hired every year just locally.
No, that's great. Just on that subject, so what is the importance of City Hall and the Chamber of Commerce? How important is your relationship?
The relationship between the Chamber of Commerce, which is a relationship between business and the municipal government, is extremely important. Mm-hmm. If we're all on the same page, we have a much easier time growing our economy than fighting each other. There's no room for that anymore. Okay, today you have to be marching in lockstep. Okay, and work together. It's so important. And I think this council and mayor are very much in tune with that.
Good. Now you have the Bridge Walk coming up. I know that
yes, we do.
Part. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we're hoping everybody comes out on the 29th. You meet at the New Marconi at 7 o'clock in the morning, and on the 29th, we have the buses there. They will take you all. We start meeting at 7 o'clock. They'll take you over about 8. You'll get to the other side. There'll be the mayor, our mayor, the mayor of Sault, Michigan. Yeah. We'll have a few words, and then we will come back and walk across the bridge.
That sounds exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So what's the date of that? The 29th
the
of June?
29th.
29th of June. Mark your calendars for that. Okay, well, you did run, let's go back a little bit. So we're talking about municipal politics and government. You did run for Ward 1 councillor.
Yes, I did.
Do you have aspirations of doing that again?
No.
Definite.
That is, I thought it would be nice to do it from the inside. Yeah. Okay, that did not occur, and that's part and parcel of what happens in the political world. Yeah. I have found perhaps that you do more from the outside than you do from the inside, and I've been involved in many organizations, and my wife would, I think, perhaps shoot me if I did something else.
Well, exactly. So you're also a current chair of the Sault College Board of Governors. You're very much involved in the city.
Yes.
You've been here now, we were talking earlier, you've been here for 40, 50 years.
Cliff,
so
correct.
You are a Saultite through and through. Tell us how the role has changed since the last time that you sat in this position.
At the chamber, I think the role goes from oversight as a board president, okay, or chair, to the CEO's position. Yeah. We're doing the day-to-day management. You're running the organization on behalf of the board. who we take direction from.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to emphasize the role. This is a business community-driven organization. Every dollar that we operate on is donated from the business community. It is not run and influenced by the municipality giving money. It has its own criteria, and that's to grow the business community in Sault Ste. Marie.
Right. Well, that sounds fantastic, and I want to thank you for taking on this role and filling it while we wait for the next leader. And congratulations on everything that you've accomplished so far, and I wish you all the best. And I hopefully see you on the 29th when we walk the bridge.
I look forward to seeing
Even
that.
though I'm
Thank you.
terrified of bridges, but
No, I'll tell you what. It's a great walk.
Yeah.
Do it, and then you'll feel much better.
Yeah?
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking forward.
You're
to
welcome.
it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for being here, Don.
We'll see you then.
Thank you, Don. Well, we've been talking to Don Mitchell, who starts his new role as interim president of the Sault Chamber of Commerce. We will be right back.
The First Local Weekly Report is made possible with the support of these community-minded sponsors. Arch, the Algoma Residential Community Hospice, 229 4th Line West. Get your tickets for the monthly 50-50 raffle. When you help hospice, everyone wins. The Medicine Shop, offering professional and confidential pharmacy services. The Medicine Shop, 59 Great Northern Road. Canadian Tire, made for life in Canada, 200 McNabb Street, Sault Ste. Marie.
That is our show for tonight. Remember, for all of your breaking news, to check out firstlocalnews.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Colette Linden, and for everyone here at First Local, have a great week, and we will see you next weekend.